Hey guys, it's Carey Pena. We are here in the Inspired Media 360 digital TV studios, and I'm with my podcast producer, Nick Tantillo. We wanted to talk today about podcasting, but as it relates to what's going on right now with the COVID-19 crisis. So thanks for jumping in here. We are keeping a safe distance, and we've reduced everyone who's working around us and with us.
Yes.
So kind of just tell me, Nick, how you were saying that you think this could provide an opportunity for a lot of people who have been interested in podcasting. Now they are stuck at home, and maybe it's a good time to learn and see what podcasting could do for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we feel very limited as a society. We feel attacked. We feel almost like a terrorism attack at this point. And I think it's very important to understand that we feel limited, but we're very limitless in what we can do, especially with the internet, with podcasting these days, and the tools that we have around us. And so I think it's important for people to really grasp that concept and not just always sit on the couch in these times. And although we may do that thing from time to time, I think it's important to put these powers to use and actually impact our business in a positive way, because people need that right now.
Well, I thought it was really interesting what you were saying about how people can continue to get their messaging out. And this is so important for so many businesses who may have to shut their doors for an unknown amount of time, and especially for nonprofits that are having to cancel their huge events, and that could still be messaging to their community, storytelling and sharing their story and keeping their circles tight.
Right.
So talk to me about that part of it, because we have had a lot of interest in podcasting, and it doesn't always mean that people need to come into the studio.
Right. So again, just with the world of the internet, you know, you're seeing not only nonprofits of bars, restaurants, and the like close. Podcasting's so diverse. There's so many things you can do with it. It doesn't always have to be an interview like we're doing now. It doesn't always have to be information. And one thing we have the ability to do is podcast from our homes, especially with Amazon still working and everything. So what I encourage people to do is actually take action and begin to learn how to podcast on their own from home, so that they can get the word across to their fans and their clients and their customers still, because it's important to really not stop, like I said before. And there's different ideas. For instance, bars, they can create podcasts on how to make certain cocktails so that people can get a feel of that bar where they are at home.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, things like that.
What would a nonprofit do? Kind of, I know this is I'm putting you on the spot, but you're such a innovative thinker. I'm just wondering, what would a nonprofit that has had to stop their services for right now, what would they do?
Well, I think for nonprofit, we think about a lot about emotions and whatnot. And I've spoke with many nonprofit owners before, and there's a misconception that they're, only about the emotions and caring for people. But they're a business too, very much so. And I think for them, though, to keep the good standing with people, it's important for them to put out content that is comforting. Maybe not only informative about their services or what they're doing, or how we're getting these emails about COVID-19 risks and whatnot, but to actually be there in a way maybe to just build community. I think for a nonprofit, it's so important to show that when times like these hit, we can band together. And again, with podcasting, we can make that happen.
So Nick is my podcast producer, and he's absolutely amazing. We work on my podcast, Carey Pena Reports. We're actually going to be putting out a special series of podcasts about the COVID-19, because we have had so many people reaching out to us. So we're shifting our programming. But on top of that, Nick, if people want to ask you questions, they can reach out to you. And this is something that you will possibly walk people through, so that they can, can you just hook something up at home?
Absolutely.
Like, what do you do?
Right. So there's a lot of very easy ways to get started on your own at home. And I think so many times, Carey, what we face is the barrier of entry. I think it's a total myth, especially in podcasting. You can get the right tools, and it can seem very daunting, but it's the way you use those tools that's really going to make the difference. And if you guys just go ahead and follow along, especially on my Instagram, at Tantillo Productions, or even on my website, tantilloproductions.com, I'm going to go ahead and start posting a lot about how we can start podcasting in these times from home. For instance, on Monday, I'm going to put out an infographic about 10 steps to get started immediately and really break down that barrier of entry. So I just think it's really important for people to utilize this moving forward, and I'd love to just be there to help people really get past the cloud, because it can seem very, very intuitive at first, but really it's all about getting your message across. So that's what I want to help people do easily.
That's amazing, because I think it is important for people to continue to stay connected to one another. We don't know what will happen in the coming days and weeks, but staying positive and staying connected is really important. Just as we close out, how are you dealing with all of this?
It's been interesting. You know, so many people ask, hey, if you need it, you know, I've had my family say, if you need any money, if you need help with anything, let me know. The funny thing is my business has done better this month than it has the past, you know, 3 or 4. So for me, it's just been really about being there for other people, especially our parents, our grandparents, excuse me, and those people in this time of need. So for me, it's been actually all right, but I think I'm more focused on helping other people get through this, because it's really about them. And with being able to have the platform that you're giving me, and also to be able to actually help people publish these podcasts, I think that's where I've been living.
See, that's why he is my podcast producer, because he is also a very nice person. So Nick gave you all of his information, and of course you can find out more about our content. We will be producing these special podcasts starting actually today, and you can find out more about our content at inspiredmedia360tv.com. Take care, guys.